How many times every hour do you check your phone? 5 times? A dozen? Maybe more? How do all these micro-interruptions change your day? Do they make you less productive? Do they affect your well-being? How might your life look if you were able to control the distractions? To literally silence your phone and dedicate yourself to a specific task in front of you. This is a very new reality we're facing as humans, and it's completely uncharted. That's why I was really excited this week to sit down with the man behind Break the Twitch, Anthony Ongaro. Anthony has been writing and making films about minimalism, habit change, and our addiction to technology for years, and he came on my podcast to talk about all those things. He first started thinking about all this stuff a few years ago when he printed out a 4-year history of all his Amazon purchases. He wanted to see where his money was going. And then it really got him to think a little bit more deeply about the purchasing decisions he was making and why he was making those decisions. The urge to click the buy it now button. And then he found that close relation to even the devices and the checking of technology. And he came up with this word that really captured it pretty poetically, which is the twitch.
I was mindlessly clicking this buy it now button, and it felt good, right? It felt good to buy something because it felt like a solution sort of maybe to a problem I was having, or like, oh, this thing will be the right cable for this or whatever. And that sort of action felt more like just a muscle movement, like a twitch in this impulsive thing. And then it sort of, I realized that idea followed through to checking your smartphone, pulling things out, feeling uncomfortable just standing in line or at a street corner or just waiting for a friend instead of just idling and sort of being willing to exist in space.
Before we talk about some of the ways in which we can reduce our phone usage and prevent this addiction, I want to talk a little bit about why it's important in the first place. Why is it such a bad thing to be on our phones all the time?
Rest is productivity, but actual rest, restorative rest, like not laying on the couch, scrolling through Instagram, feeling all the things that are going on with that, and like engaging and getting the got more likes or whatever, like engaging with that sort of dopamine experience of that. That's not rest. It's not productive rest. Mm-hmm. And so I've been into this very big thing of thinking about what it means to be productive in all aspects of life and monotask. There's this obsession with multitasking. And what does it look like to monotask, to sit and drink coffee? Like, when was the last time you sat and drank coffee without doing something else? We can be so productive and so much more balanced and in a really good place when we're not trying to do 8 things at once, especially when it comes to resting. Because if you rest well, you work well.
People wonder why they're overwhelmed. Oh, my life is so overwhelming. You're making it overwhelming. It doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to be on your phone all the time. In between every single moment you have a chance to take a break. And naturally, some people's lives are a little bit busy. You know, if you've got kids and you've got a job and you're maybe taking night classes at school, like that's a pretty busy life. Don't make it worse by like picking up your phone in between every moment that you actually just need to not think.
That's sort of like a trap, right? It's like a cycle, and it does feel good that you can sort of let go and just watch this stuff or scroll through. But as soon as you get out of it, so if you stop that for a week, it feels uncomfortable because you've changed a comfortable sort of thing that felt like a repeated habit and what felt easy. But then after about a week, 2 weeks of it, you realize that was like in a way a twitch, right? It was filling a space that you have, but it's not actually fulfilling. That's what you realize. It's like sugar. When you stop eating sugar, it sucks for the first couple days because that's what your body expects, and it doesn't feel good. You're like, well, this isn't good. This is clearly not a good idea. I need to go back to eating sugar. But then after a week or 2 weeks, you feel so much better. and so, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always that. It's always a little uncomfortable because the twitch makes it comfortable. That's the point of it. That addiction, that sort of that sort of desire to pull out the phone, it makes standing in line or standing in an awkward place waiting for a friend, not sure what you're going to do, more comfortable. And so we have to step outside of what it means to be comfortable so that we can actually be comfortable being ourselves, being present, being there without that extra thing.
So the question is, what can we do? And I've jotted down 4 things to get you started here based on my conversation with Anthony and also based on some things that I've found have worked in my own life. The first I would say is turn off notifications. I only keep notifications from texts, calls, and alarms. Those are the only things that are going to interrupt me on my phone. And that's worked out quite well for me. Luckily, I'm not that popular, so I don't have to get barraged with texts and calls all the time. For you, you may want to think about taking that down. There's also often times where you can also turn Do Not Disturb on, which is going to prevent people from getting through to you, which certainly helps. The second one is, and Anthony recommended this on the podcast, be aware of the twitch. And one of the best ways to be aware of it is to go outside without your phone. I know it sounds scary. I know it sounds uncomfortable, but it's going to really open your eyes to when you have that instinctive flinch to go on your phone. So when you go to the grocery store and you're waiting in line, the first thing we do is pull out our phones. If you look down the aisles, everybody's doing it. So the practice would be to go through that experience, to feel it, to be in that moment, to be a little bit uncomfortable, and every time you do it, you're going to feel a little bit better, and you're just going to be eventually okay. And eventually that twitch is actually going to fade away in those circumstances, and you're not going to feel yourself going to your phone. The third thing that helped me is deleting apps from my phone that I don't truly use or get value from. So Twitter, Facebook, totally gone. Email, I only keep it on my phone when I'm working. I found that this is just one less excuse for me to check my phone. So delete those apps which you don't need. Also schedule in the time when you use some of these apps, even on your desktop. So if it's an hour in the morning or a half hour towards the end of the day after work, to know that you'll get to the messages, you'll be able to check everything that you want to check, but you're not going to be distracted by them throughout the day and all those micro distractions. And the fourth and final one is find something to replace it. And I found this to be incredibly important for me, especially when I'm at home and my phone is close by. I feel this pull to go on my phone. Instead of doing it, I pick up a book that I've been reading, or I make some tea. I have these 2 or 3 things that I will do every time that really prevent me from going down that rabbit hole of checking, putting my phone down, doing something, and then going back to checking. That has helped me a lot. So if you want any more tips and advice on how to approach this age of distractions, and also on the flip side of that, as a creator, how to create something that's meaningful, that helps people, that also cuts through all this crazy noise that we get every day. My podcast episode with Anthony Ongaro is truly eye-opening, and I think you guys are going to get a ton of value from it. So check it out. I will provide a link right when this ends. But before that, if you guys have any other helpful tips and advice that have worked for you, I would love to hear what has worked on your end. Everybody approaches these topics in slightly different ways, and so there may be something in the comments that you can add that can really help some of the other viewers out. And that's it. That's the end of this video. I'll see you guys next week. I'm truly on a next level of hipsterdom. I am officially drinking kombucha. It's like have you guys heard of this? You probably have. You guys are hipsters. I know it. It's like called the mother. It's like bacteria inside this. Probiotics. It doesn't taste that bad. It's like, it's carbonated, ginger lemon. It's not terrible. It's a little bit gross to get used to. The reason I'm drinking probiotics is that the past couple of weeks, I've actually had some health problems. A lot of hives, lip swelling, which was terrifying. My lip just swelled up twice, like super fat, like crazy big. Maybe I'll put a photo right here. It was a little bit scary because I'm like, it's close to your throat. I'm like, is this what's happening here? So I was pretty scared, and I'm trying to do anything possible. Some people told me it might be my gut. This may be a reaction because I don't have microbiomes, I think they call it, these little microbacteria that help your digestive system, and certain things may be causing inflammation. I'm not a doctor, I don't know. So I'm like, whatever. I'll drink kombucha. I've been taking probiotics. I've been trying that. Went to an allergist. He said that it's probably just a random occurrence. We'll see. I'm kind of hitting it on both ends, trying to stay healthy. But it's like, I was actually thinking about doing a video about that, and I might do it later, but it's like those days when you feel so shitty, those days when you're having health problems, or you have a scare, or a loved one you have has a scare, those are the moments when you appreciate the good days, and you realize how important it is to be living a healthy life. I think I started this, I was planning on just doing the regular outro where I tell you guys to go to my other shit, but anyway, there was a message here. But I will do that as well. There's two things I want you to do. If you like this video and you thought it was interesting and you want to hear more from Anthony, check out mattdiavella.com/055. That is the link to the full episode. There's also a link in the description. And also, if you want to see behind the scenes content, I even did one for this video where I did Instagram stories showing this whole behind the scenes, this paper lantern here, how I light it. It's pretty do-it-yourself, pretty simple. So I think you guys will get some value from that. So follow me on Instagram @MattDiavella. I realize this is like the most ironic thing to do, to tell you, have a video be about don't check your phone, and then me telling you simultaneously to go on your phone and check Instagram. But my life is ironic, so if you could do that, it would make me feel good. But do it whenever you want. You don't have to do it right now. You should do it right now.